Welcome to Science. This video is created in case families missed out on the back to school night or you wanted just more information about science. So let me go ahead and do a quick introduction. I am Ms. Chow. I will be the science specialist at Spangler for grades 4th, 5th, and 6th. I will be going over with you all of the information that had been shared with the students already. So let's begin. So this is going to be our science schedule for our distance learning time. Students are responsible for showing up to our Zoom meeting on time. Taking a look at the schedule, on Mondays, I do see all the students in grades 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tuesdays, I will see Mr. Amastoso's students in their Zoom meeting. And also the 4th graders will be seeing me individually for 40 minutes each in each of their classes. Wednesdays, we will not be having any Zoom meets, but students are expected to work on their science assignments independently and individually. If, let's say, they do need help, they can definitely check in with me or with a classmate. Thursday, I will also be joining again in the morning with Mr. Amastoso's students, and 5th graders will be meeting me within their class, and then the 6th graders will be meeting me on Fridays. With that said, they need to be checking their Google Classroom for announcements, updates in the stream. I also already posted the Zoom links, and we will be using the Zoom link each week. They're all the same for 4th grades. 5th grades is a different link, and 6th grade is a different link. It will be very important for students to use their MUSD student account on Zoom before they actually click on the link, because I will be using that to take my attendance. As you can tell, my schedule is really packed. I only have about 5 minutes in between each class session. So it is very important that students, number one, only join our Zoom meeting about 3 minutes prior to the start of our class, and also that they are showing up to the right class. This becomes very important because it throws me off and throw other students off if another student joined in the middle of our class time. Now, these are the science norms for this school year. All of the intermediate teachers also adopted this norm. And these 3 expectations are to be responsible, be respectful, and be safe. I've listed some examples of each of those expectations, and students were asked to follow those, and we went through some examples in class. These norms are also posted in my science website, so feel free to pull this information up and have a conversation with your child and let me know if you have any questions about them. These are our Zoom meeting expectations. When students join our science sessions, we only have 40 minutes each time. So I do expect students to be on time. They mute their mic when they enter the classroom, and they find a quiet place ready for learning. I do expect students to turn on their cameras so we can be interactive, that they're paying attention and participating, whether it's in chat or through Google Classroom. And I really do want them to come prepared if, let's say, there's an assignment that I need them to work on prior coming to science. So this year, science is graded on the learning assignments and unit assessments. Let me go ahead and go over the difference between the two. Learning assignments are just basically our regular week-to-week assignments. They will be posted on Google Classroom, and each assignment for full credits will be out of 10 points. So if students complete the assignments on time, they've done it correctly, they will get 10 points. Now, if students done only half the assignment or they didn't do it correctly, they will be receiving half credit. They will receive a 0 if they did not complete the assignment or was done very poorly. And what I mean by that is, for example, if I ask them for a paragraph with 5 sentences and they only give me like 3 words, that is considered done poorly. So that will get a 0. Now, I know some students sometimes take assignments above and beyond, and I want to recognize their effort. So on a rare occasion, I will be giving 2 bonus extra credit points for that, but it will be on a rare occasion. Now, besides the learning assignments, we will also have unit assessments, looking at a big unit They could be project-based. So I will be giving the students a rubric that we will go over in class before they actually do the unit assessments. Now I do see over 250 students, and therefore it will take me some time to grade it before I return them with a grade. With report cards, the science section is split into 4 domains, and they are life science, earth science, physical science, and engineering. These are the 4 sections of the next generation science standards that we follow as a state of California. And so how the grades will be calculated on the report card will be based on the percentage in the assignments in Google Classroom. So if that section they received a 95% and above, that means that they've met and exceeded the expectations. They will receive a 4. If they received a 3, it means that they've met the expectation, and I will be looking for an 80% on the Google Classroom assignments. If it is a 2, it means that they're near standard, and it will be 60%. And if it's under 60%, I will be giving them a 1 on the report card because that means they're far behind with the standards. I did tell the students that I really want them to take ownership of their assignments. And so I consider cheating to be an automatic 0, and they will not be able to fix it. So what it means by cheating is, for example, having the entire assignment done by a parent, an older sibling, or a friend. Maybe we're doing a research project and they just copied the entire section of the paragraph that they've done and putting that into their own work. I would consider that as cheating. I really want students to take ownership of their work and actually do their own work so I can help them in any way that they need. And so I really want them to do their own work. Therefore, students who are not completing their assignments on their own will be receiving a 0 on the assignment. So this is an image of a weekly bulletin board. This is just an example. These are posted on my science website and the Google Classroom. Students will have access to this, and I update it every Monday. And so in the middle of the bulletin board, you will see the agenda for the week, which means that these are the assignments and things that they should be working on. I will always put a due date on the top so they know exactly when all the assignments are done. And since I'm giving them time independently to complete the assignments, the due dates are usually later than our meeting time. If students need to contact me, I always have information here that they can click on, so they will be able to email me or message me on Google Hangout. I will also have the current unit and any important information that they may need on the bulletin board. So it'd be very important to have a conversation with your child that they should be checking their weekly bulletin board first thing during the week before we get into our science meeting. So I know sometimes with our distance learning, students need help. I've created this for students to take a look at. So the first thing I really want students to do is to really read the directions, either on the stream or the assignments. And if they need to reread the directions, usually it will answer their question. Now, let's say they cannot figure out what's going on or how to do the assignment, then I really want them to use their classmates and friends to help with their questions. So they can use Google Hangout to check in with a classmate. I've also created a Google Hangout just for science per class, so they can always ask questions in that chat, so then they can get help from other students. Now, if all of those things doesn't work, they can then email me or message me individually to check in. And I've created for them within the bulletin board that you just saw in the last post that they can pull up my email and get help from me from Google email or chat. Now, with that said, on my websites, and I've also shown this to my students, if they need help with any tech, let's say they don't know how to use Google Classroom or Zoom or Flipgrid, I have a lot of video tutorials that I've gathered that would be very helpful. Parents, if you're having trouble also with some tech issues and want to find ways to support your child, I also linked a lot of resources for you as well to check it out. So let's go ahead and take a look right now at the science website. So how to get to my science website. I will always share with you in Parent Square, but the easiest way to get to my website is if you go to Spangler's main website, which is just spangler.musd.org. If you go to the About section, there is a drop-down menu. You can just put your mouse over that, go to Our Teachers. If you click on that, scroll all the way down, there is going to be my science grades 4 through 6 teacher page. If you click on that, you will get access to my science website. I will be updating this website regularly to help you keep track of what we're doing in science. And so if you scroll down, you will see a quick video that I've created for the students. I've linked the welcome back letter that you can click on. You can also look at all of our online meeting schedules, Zoom expectations, norms, and grading, which I just went over in this video. They're all here as well. I've posted to you a science supply list. This is going to be very similar to their own teachers. I do expect them to have their own science notebook. That will be the only different. If they're having trouble getting a science notebook, please let me know. And 5th grades and 6th grade, if you have your old science notebooks, they can definitely reuse that because we will just be using our notebooks to write down observations and so on. Now on top, if you'd like to take a look, I did split them up by multiple categories. 4th grade, if you click on that, the bulletin board will be here and I will be posting informations down here for you. 5th grade and 6th grade will be here as well. I do want to let you know that let's say you didn't get a chance to check my website. I did create an archive for any previous bulletin board that you can go ahead and use and click on, okay? Now, I wanted to show you the tech support. This is where students can get video help with figuring out how to use Google Classroom, Flipgrid, and Zoom. And parents, I did link parent tech support as well for you. If let's say you need support with Parent Square or learning how to use Aries, all of the information are here. Under resources, I also have different online resources for you to explore. These are just some websites or links that I thought the MUSD created could be useful for you, so you can take a look at that. Students also have different science resources. Let's say they're done early and they want to explore a little bit more science. There's links here as well. What I want to bring attention to you is the Contact Me section. So when you click on the Contact Me, there's my email. You can send me a message on Parent Square. Now, what's really important is because I do see over 250 students, I missed out on the one-on-one meetings with you. But if, let's say, anything ever comes up and you need to check in with me one-on-one, I've created a meeting request form here. So all you have to do is just to click on the form, and it will bring you to a Google form for a parent-teacher meeting sign up. Just fill in all of the information here. And if you can, make sure you tell me exactly what dates work for you, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you want a copy of your response, you can always turn this on, and it will also send an email to you as well. So with that said, it summarizes my website. Students also have access to their Google Classroom to get to my website. So I wanted to show you kind of how Google Classroom looks like for the student's perspective. With that said, I'm only using the 4th grade Mrs. Garcia's Google Classroom Science as an example. So when they open up the science Google Classroom, all of the assignments that are due are always listed on the left-hand side right over here. In the stream, I will post information that they need to know each time so they can be reading on that. When they want to get to the assignments, they click on classwork. And I've split up by different topics. So the Zoom link is the first thing that they see. The first bulletin board that they see will be this specific week's. Different resources like my website and their science schedules here. And then I split up the different topics by weeks. Now, if you can see, I'm going to use an example. We're on currently week 3. So it's the 4th grade have 2 assignments. All they have to do is to click on it. There's always directions, and then they can actually work on the assignments. Now, in order for me to see the assignments that they've submitted the assignment, they do have to click on the turn in button. So make sure you remind them to do that as well. All the older bulletin boards, I've actually linked it within the week. So last week's assignment, I went ahead and moved the bulletin board down here. So then students can actually open that up for this week's assignment. With that said, I wanted to show you a few neat tricks. When students go into classwork, they can also click on the Google Calendar that will have all of the assignments that's due and all of the things that are on the calendar for our classroom. So for example, our Zoom meeting, the link will be there. Any assignments that's due, it will also be listed there. When students click on their grades, they will be able to see what they've turned in, what they did not turn in. Now, I will be turning on the parent summary, which means that once a week, you'll be receiving in your email, whatever is connected to Aries, an update in terms of what assignments your child has turned in, has received a grade, or has not turned in and is past due. That is just a summary that has been sent every week. And so if you have any questions, feel free to message me and let me know. With that said, I hope that this video has shown you exactly what science is all about. If you have any questions, please go ahead and reach out. I will also be sending out a weekly parent square that just gives you any updates about science that you may need to know. And with that said, I will see you all soon, and I can't wait for this rest of the year to continue. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon.